Hello students, today we are going to discuss chapter 2 forms of business organization. This chapter consists introduction, forms of business organization, that means different forms of business organization, and the third one sole proprietorship, that means sole trader, then features, merits and demerits of sole proprietorship. So first one, introduction. Business activity cannot be performed in isolation. They have to be organized in appropriate forms. That forms means it is a group, similar type, that based on that ownership or members, then the liability of the owner, who is called owner. These are the new terms: owner, capital, investment, liability. These are the things. Owner means a person who invested amount in his business is called owner. Capital means it is same thing. Amount invested by owner is called capital. Who invested that amount is called owner. The forms of business organization are essentially the forms of ownership of business. For example, if one person invested capital and start the business, that is called sole trader. For example, two or more person they contribute their capital and start the business, that is called a partnership. Like that. So ownership involves capital investment, management and sharing profits. This is a small introduction forms of business organization. Then these forms of business organization, totally 5 types classified. First one is sole trader, that is sole proprietorship. Second one HUF, Hindu undivided family. This kind of business held in India only. This under the Hindu religious, under joint family, this kind of business they are following. The name itself, it carries that religious name, Hindu undivided family business, or else joint Hindu family business. Third one, partnership. This partnership, that means two or more person join together, start a business and sharing profit and loss. That is called partnership. Third one, cooperative society. This is held in social welfare activities. They formed for the social welfare, not in that profit motive. Then joint stock company. This is called a company. That means they can what is that huge amount of capital invested and large scale of business they are doing. These are the different forms of business organization. Today we are going to learn sole trader and its features. So sole trader or sole proprietorship, it refers to a form of business organization which is owned, managed and controlled by individual, that is called sole proprietorship. The three wordings are very important: owned, managed and controlled by individual, who is a recipient of all profit and bearer of all the risk. That risk means losses. A person who contribute, managed and controlled by the business, and he is responsible for all the profit and losses. That is called sole proprietorship or sole trader. This form of organization is also known as sole trader, individual proprietorship, individual entrepreneurship, one man ownership and control. These are the allies name. It is the oldest and simplest form of organization in the world. For example, beauty parlor, cobbler shop, tailoring, hotel. These are the things. These are the businesses under few examples of sole. Then features of sole trader: formation and closure. So formation and closure is very easy. Then liability of the owner. Then sole risk bearer and profit recipient. Then control, no separate legal entity. lack of business continuity. So we will discuss one by one with the explanation. So formation and closure, it is very easy to start as no legal formalities are required to start it. So under sole proprietorship, there is no law governed by it. So can anyone start the business? Then if you don't want to do that business, then close it as the owner wish. So there is no separate law governs sole proprietorship. It can easily dissolve when the sole trader is interested. So there is easy information as well as closure in the business. Then second one, liability. The liability of the owner is unlimited. Here liability are two types, limited liability, another one unlimited liability. So unlimited liability means if the business asset are not sufficient to pay off business liability, the owner or else the sole proprietorship, their personal asset have to contribute and pay off the business liability. That is called unlimited liability. It means that the owner is personally liable for payment of debts if the assets of the business are not sufficient to meet all the business debts. Next one, sole risk bearer and profit recipient. Sole owner is responsible for all the business affairs. Any risk of failure of business is borne by alone. That means owner. Similarly, if the business is successful, he receives all the business profit which become direct reward to his risk bearing. So sole risk bearer and profit recipient. So under nature of business, business is risk bearing. How much risk if you are taking, that much reward you will expect. So if sole owner take any decision, if success, if all the profit recipient by that owner, at the same time if any failure, he will lose that business. Then control, the definition itself, that word came. So control, it is an one man show, that is right to turn the business and to make all decisions, and he can carry out his plan without any interference from others. So control under the only one hand, then it will make quick decision. For example, partnership, two or more person. If you want to take any decision, you want to consult with your partners. Under sole proprietorship, only one owner, one man show, he can take any decision immediately. That is called quick decision. Then no separate entity. So it has no legal existence. That means in the eyes of law, no distinction is made between the firm and the proprietor. As a result, owner is held responsible for all the activities of business. So owner and business are one and the same. We are not separate owner and business. So this is called no separate entity or no separate legal entity. Then lack of business continuity. So above the point, no separate entity. So why that next point, lack of business continuity? So if anything happen in that owner, that time business going to be closed. For beauty parlor, the owner is died. Their follower, they don't want to do the business, that time they are going to close. For example, tailor. Tailor for example, Taylor, any physical ailment or death, insanity, insolvency, that time they are going to close the business. Their son or daughter, don't want to do the business, that time they are going to close. So lack of business continuity, as a owner and the business are one and the same. If any physical ailment, death, insanity, or insolvency of the proprietor has direct on that business, so it may even lead to close the business. For death of owner, that time the business going to be closed.